Hello, hello everyone, hello everyone, hello, hi, hi. So I'm taking attorney to the live session. Uh, మనం speak for last time in the election. Hi, we're gonna start the live session with attorney. Stay tuned. I'm sorry, I'm traveling now. Sorry for the disturbance. Hi, 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 Santosh Garu.
Hello, Andy.
How are
How
you?
are you? Good, good, good. How are
I'm
you?
good, Andy. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you for taking the initiation on this topic.
Yes.
So hopefully we will add some value to this topic. Um, we'll start. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So today we have a very important topic, especially this topic concerns OPT students,
Hmm.
and I wanted to make few things clear because we have seen a lot of students whose OPTs have been getting denied in the recent past.
Hmm.
This is partly because the DSOs at the various universities are not trained enough, and they are providing incorrect guidance to its students applying for OPT applications.
Hmm.
So we wanted to make few things very clear with the students because it's your life. We want to make sure you don't take any chances when it comes to your OPT applications. Okay. So one of the main misconceptions that we see involves the 30-day period for submitting the OPT applications, right? Everyone knows that you are required to submit the OPT application within 30 days after the DSO issues the I-20, right? But what people don't understand is that it's actually 30 days from the day the DSO enters a recommendation for the OPT program. Okay. So in some of the, like I've seen emails from some of the universities stating that, hey, if you're not able to submit the OPT application within the 30-day period, then ask us for another I-20. So they are under the impression that if they give another I-20 and if a applicant submits the petition within 30 days of the uh, issuance of that I-20, then they are fine, right? But that's completely wrong. Previously, I know some of the students have received approvals in these situations, but they got lucky. Maybe it's because of an oversight by a US officer, USCS officer, but it's very risky. Recently, we have seen denials in cases where the applicants have submitted the application, the OPT application, within 30 days of the issuance of the I-20. Okay, but this was after, this was outside the 30-day period from the day the DSO actually entered their OPT recommendation in the service portal. Okay, and unfortunately, today also I saw an email from one of the DSO clearly stating that, hey, if you're not able to submit the application, like you're required to submit when they issue the OPT I-20, right? They're saying that, hey, you need to submit the application within 30 days of receiving this I-20, and that if you're not able to submit the application within the 30-day period, then you can request a new I-20 and then resubmit it, right? That is completely false because the regulations clearly indicate that the 30-day period starts from the day the DSO enters the initial recommendation for OPT.
Okay.
Okay, into their service portal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the DSOs have the liberty of printing as many number of I-20s as they want,
Mm-hmm.
but that will not be accepted for OPT
Okay.
application.
Okay. So there is other thing also, Santosh Garu. What we have observed is once the students, uh, I mean, once the students graduate, I mean, they submit the application,
Yeah.
but they're not graduating. They're
Yes.
failing.
So we'll get to that one. The second thing is, so there is a something called 30, 60, 90-day rule for
Right.
OPT applications,
Right.
right? That first we'll go to 30-day rule. The 30-day rule clearly indicates that you are required to submit the OPT application within 30 days from the date the DSO enters a recommendation for your OPT into the service portal. Okay? This is where a lot of DSOs are making mistake. It's not the date they issue the I-20, it's the date they mention they provide the recommendation into their service portal.
Got it.
Okay, and the second thing, the USCIS must receive the application, the OPT application, within 60 days of your program end date. So if you submit the application after 60 days from the date your program ends, then that will be denied too.
Right.
Okay, and the earliest date USCIS can accept this petition would be 90 days before your program starts.
Right.
Okay, so
OPT program starts.
no.
Or the
Your
graduation.
program ends, your degree ends.
Degree ends.
Remember, in the I-20, it has the date your program ends, right? So it's with 90 days, the earliest date would be 90 days before your program end date.
Got it.
Okay. So the universities are clear about the 60-day, 90-day rule, but they are not clear about the 30-day rule. That's why I wanted to make sure every student is aware of this one. Okay, because even today I have seen an email from a DSO which clearly stated otherwise, right? She mentioned that, hey, if you're not able to submit the application within the 30-day period, then we can issue a new I-20, which is completely wrong.
Understood. Understood. So Santosh Gar, what is the solution? If someone gets denial, so what is the best?
Well, unfortunately, yeah, the problem is there is no solution for this. Okay, because what they look at is the date the DSO entered the recommendation, right? Some people are in the impression that, hey, I submitted my application 90 days before. If it gets denied, I can resubmit, I can get another I-20 30 days after I graduate and then resubmit it. Okay, it doesn't work that way. You need to look at the actual initial days that the DSO has submitted the recommendation. The date does not toll. Okay, and I know some of your seniors might have received approvals in these cases, but it's purely due to oversight by some of the USCIS officers.
Got it.
Okay, and even if they got approved, the USCIS might always come back and revoke them.
Understood.
Okay, because stating that it was approved by mistake.
If there
So what
is,
should we do in that situations?
Well, in those situations, you pretty much become out of status, and then maybe they either have to leave the country or move to a different university or change their status.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's very important that you pay attention to the date the DSO submits the recommendation into your service portal. Okay. Unfortunately, very few DSOs and students are aware of this requirement. Okay, so please feel free to share this video with your DSOs so that there should not be any other students who get affected because they were not clear on this requirement.
Right.
Right.
And Santosh Garu, if something wrong from university side, is there anything student can open a motion?
Unfortunately, in these okay. So we are trying to write to some of the universities stating that, hey, what they are recommending to the students is completely wrong, and that they have to revisit or like they have to evaluate their status by consulting an attorney. But again, you could always sue them, but suing a government, like most of the universities, unless it's a private university, I don't think you have a very good, like you can sue them, of course, you can sue them for damages.
But no success rate.
But you don't want to know the success rate of this one, because
rate
in this case, in this case, right? the universities are clearly providing wrong advice,
Got it.
right? And because of which the student's life is getting affected.
Understood.
Right.
Does suing
Yeah. Usually we
universities
don't get
bring
to
any
see the initial email that the DSO sends to the student. But today morning I saw an email from one of the students. She told everything to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
She said then the email clearly states that, hey, if you're not able to submit the application within 30 days period, we'll issue a new I-20.
Got it.
And I'm surprised to see this from a university which issues these OPT I-20s for hundreds of students.
Hmm.
So I don't know how many other students are out there who may be in that same situation.
No, we almost receiving at least 10 to 15 cases. Like students are approaching us. We did not submitted our application within 30 days. What should I do? So
Well,
almost every
if they
day,
did not
minimum
submit
10
the
to
application
15
in 30
people
days,
reaching.
30 days, they're out of luck.
Right.
Okay. Second thing, I'm not like that is one issue.
Mm-hmm.
And in other cases, the US universities are telling them that, hey, if you don't submit in 30 days, we'll issue a new I-20 and then you can use that I-20 to resubmit it.
Understood. Understood.
That is completely wrong.
Got it. Got it. So when is the right time to apply OPT, Santosh garu, as per
Sure.
your view?
So here is what I would suggest. Assume that you're supposed to be graduating, like your program end date is May 30th of 2023, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I would recommend doing is 90 days. Make sure you keep very less number of courses in your last semester because
Mm-hmm.
you want to be able to graduate,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And then 90 days before your program end date, you need to reach out to your DSO, ask them to submit a recommendation for OPT to your service portal.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as they do that, they will share your I-20, right?
Okay.
Apply for your OPT immediately,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And make sure you use a check,
Mm-hmm.
okay? A check with money orders. The only issue with money orders would be that you cannot see the receipt number,
Right.
right? Because it won't show
So
up on your
check
bank
means
statement.
cashier's check.
Yeah, cashier's check, money order, you'll not be able to see the receipt number. When it comes to your actual check, you can see the receipt number of the check.
Right.
Or you can submit
Right.
using the credit card also.
Right. Okay.
Okay. I recommend filing under payment processing if you have the money and if you can afford it. In that way, it's easier.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure you review the application thoroughly. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As I mentioned, 30 days you have to submit. Your CS should receive this application within 30 days of your DSO entering the information into your service portal.
Right.
Okay, they do not look at the I-20. They look at the date the information was
That's
entered
right.
into the service portal.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay,
Got it.
So will
so 90 days
will
before your
this
program ended, ask your DSO to enter the information into the service portal and then immediately submit the application.
Got it.
okay?
Okay.
So
The
is
other
this the
thing
same
is,
process for
you
STEM
should
OPT
not
also?
start work, even if your OPT gets approved, you should not start working until you receive the OPT card,
Physical EAD card.
physical EAD card with the start date.
Okay.
Okay, because we have had situations where one of the student was actually working for the university. So apparently the HR person at the university told her that, hey, since you have been working here previously also, we don't have to do a new I-9, right? And then later on they realized that was not supposed to work until she received the card. So, and then in this case, the DSO actually terminated her service. Once that happens, she will lose her OPT status. Right? So this is very risky. So I highly recommend that you review your OPT application thoroughly, or if you need any assistance, we'll be happy to help you. So if you have any questions, please feel free to email us, and we'll be
Sure.
happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Right. So again, we missed to introduce Santosh Garu. So I'm doing a quick introduction to everyone. So Santosh Garu is the founder of Somireddy Law Group. Previously, he also came to United States as a student. He did his master's in civil engineering. He worked as a civil engineer. He is a professional engineer too, which means he got his PE also. And later on, he got interest in law side in practicing law. So he became an attorney and successfully running his law firm in many states in the United States, including India. So we have a long-lasting relationship with Somireddy Law. So that is why we are associating again and again and bringing a lot of awareness topics in front of you. And if you have any questions, just in case if you are not cleared in the session, just send an email to info@somireddylaw.com with reference to Melody Mocktail. Just mention your question, and I saw something in Melody Mocktail and I need some help. Definitely, they will try to address your question. They will try to help for one time. But if at all something complicated, they have to schedule a call with you, and definitely at that time they're gonna charge. All right. So yeah, Santosh Garu, thank you very much for joining.
Yeah, you're welcome,
And
Andy. Good luck, and yeah, wish you all the best to all the students applying for OPTs.
yes,
Okay?
and
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask a few more questions before we end the call. So many people were failing one of their subjects before, and they're thinking that they're gonna graduate and applying their OPT. In that case, let's say if they have only one subject left over, what can they do?
Yeah, so that is a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to look at this situation individually. They need to talk to their DSO and the academic advisor to see if they will extend the program.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but unfortunately, once they say, like, that's the reason why I was saying that you have to be very careful when it comes to your last semester. You want to make
Right.
sure you don't keep too many subjects.
Mm-hmm.
This becomes a challenge for those who are actually doing thesis.
Right. Actually, when I graduated, my school did not allow me to apply my OPT until I graduate. Once I
Yeah.
got the results,
So if you
then
wanted
my
to
advisor
be, yeah,
signed
as
on
I
it.
said, if there is any doubt as to if you may not clear some subjects, then I recommend waiting until you graduate.
Right.
Because even soon after you graduate, you can request the DSO to enter your to enter recommendation for your OPT into the service portal, and then you can apply the OPT application.
Got
You
it.
can file the OPT application.
Mm-hmm. And one more thing, Santosh Garu, because of not failing in maintaining 3 GPA, some people are going out of status, which means schools are terminating them. So how many days they have left over after service termination to transfer to other university, or else uh, going out of country and coming back on new I-20?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. See, typically, here is what I would suggest to do. If you feel that there is something going wrong with your coursework and that there is a high chance that your savings could be terminated, I recommend doing the transfer immediately before they actually terminate your savings.
Got it.
Okay? If not, you'll have to leave the country and come back here because they
Right.
may not be able to transfer your savings once it's terminated.
Oh, once it's terminated.
Okay,
Okay.
so it's highly recommend that if there is a situation like that, you would know about it ahead of time, right? If you're about to fail or something, I want you to act upon it immediately.
Mm-hmm.
You don't wait until your service is terminated.
Awesome. That's a good advice. So,
Yeah.
from the conversation what we had, I just wanted to summarize. So, from my understanding, I'm gonna repeat again so that it will be useful for other people who recently joined the live session. So, this session is about OPT denials, and what we spoke about is once the DSO generates or enters your graduation date and give you I-20, so that is the date you should take in consideration, and within 30 days of, I mean,
No, actually, I think
they enters the
no,
data,
no.
right?
It's not the I-20 issuance date. It's the date they
Yeah,
enter the information to
yeah.
the portal.
All right.
Because they may be able to issue the I-20 even after entering the, for example, assume that they entered the information to the portal today,
Okay.
right? They can generate a I-20, OPT I-20
Again, but
tomorrow. They can
not right.
generate it 15 days from now, 1 month now from now also,
Right.
or 2 months from now,
Okay.
right? That is not what we should look at.
Okay.
We should look at the date they actually enter the information to the service portal.
Understood.
Okay, and this is exactly the same mistake that a lot of DSOs are doing.
Okay.
Okay, because they think that, hey, you have to submit the application within 30 days of the issuance of I-20. It's not the 30 days from the date the I-20 is issued. It's the
Right.
date the
Enters
DSO enters the information to this service portal.
Got it. Got it. And the next thing is, students should submit the OPT application within 60 days of graduation.
Yeah, not submit, USCS should receive.
Should receive. Right.
Yeah, USCS should receive the application within 60 days
60
after
days of-
their program end date, not the graduation. Because sometimes what happens is the graduation date may not coincide with the program end date.
Okay.
Okay, so it's 60 days from the date your program ends.
Okay. Okay. And a student can apply his I-20 to submit OPT application before 90 days of graduation.
Yes, they can do that. But do this only if you're 100% sure that you're going to pass on the course.
Understood. Understood.
Okay. If there is any doubt, I recommend just waiting until you graduate. Once you graduate, get the I-20, file this EAD application for premium processing, and be done with it.
Awesome. Awesome. And one more thing, people are asking this one. Can someone travel while OPT application is in progress if they have some emergency? Can they
I would
travel
not
out of country?
recommend doing that.
Okay.
I would not recommend doing that. Okay. See, that's the reason I'm saying apply it under premium processing if needed.
Okay. Premium processing is
Yeah.
best. Yes.
And also, please note that if you use more than 1 year of full-time CPT, you're not eligible for OPT.
Okay.
Okay. So you have to keep that in mind too.
Okay. Awesome. I think we pretty much covered many scenarios around this topic. Thank you, Santosh Garu.
Anytime.
Next time we'll do something on CPT.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Anil. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah. And then another thing.
Yeah.
So I know there are a lot of employers who are doing unpaid internships for OPT students. Okay. Most of these are illegal.
Legal.
Because these will be considered as FLSA, Fair Labor Standards Act DOL violation. Okay, we'll probably do another session on this one.
Okay, sure. We'll do that.
Yeah, good luck.
All right, Santosh.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye. All right, guys, go through the whole live session, and however, I'm gonna repost it again, both in our YouTube and Instagram accounts. Feel free to share with your friends. All right. See you all. Bye.